Hey everyone, two-time back on Spyral gameplay, this time back in round 2 of Dkayd's 1K tourney. I'm going first on Spyral. My opponent's a really bad matchup for me typically. Tri-brigade Zoo is one of the worst matchups in Spyral because they actively shuffle their deck mid-part, like through parts of your combo. They run a lot of hand traps, which can be really good against your deck. But funnily enough, my opponent has a Effect Veiler and Infinite Impermanence lineup of their hand traps in this deck, which is terrible against Spyral Resort, which I did happen to draw. So we're going to show just how powerful that is. I can functionally get through like 20 steps of my combo before either of those cards are relevant. I do have Drone plus Agent combo, which is usually pretty bad, but because I have the Danger in hand to act as extra material, I don't lose my Helix, which allows me to continue comboing. So I go into Helix, I put a Maxi on top of the deck, which is really bad. I get my Master Plan, go get Assault so I can special summon my Quick Fix, and then Jackalope discards Assault, which is wonderful. And then I go into Appaloosa. Now, the reason I go into Appaloosa early here, even though that's a bad combo decision, is as soon as I got on my Jackalope summon, my opponent started getting activation responses. Their side of the field started lighting up, they started getting priority. I thought because I was on my 5th summon, Drone, Agent, Helix, Master Plan, Jackalope, I thought they had a Nibiru in hand, they were just being greedy. And I didn't know that they just had 2 other hand traps in hand that they'd never had a chance to activate because of Spyral Resort. So I go into a mid-combo Appaloosa, and the reason I can get away with this is I drew my Monster Reborn off of my Jackalope, so I can summon twice, which allows me to get my Super Agent name back on the field later in the combo for my Quick Fix. Otherwise, losing Helix like that would have been really bad. So I'm going to go and use that Monster Reborn on Master Plan here, but I can use the Big Red on Super Agent later. It's better to do that because if your Super Agent happens to stay on the field for whatever reason, it can't be destroyed by battle because of Big Red. So I'm just going to do all my Link plays to set up for my Curious, get a free discard off my Jet Synchron, who can discard my Rescue later, and then Big Red back my Super Agent. The other reason this is pretty cool is because it puts a 4 on the field, so once I complete my full combo, I already have the Super Agent on field to go into Barone with my Desert Locusts. So yeah, just constructing the combo, get my Last Resort, some of my Master Plan, get my last mission, and go to Link Rebo, the regular stuff, right? And Link Rebo is going to set up my Curious plays, which is going to finally get my Destrudo and set up my full end board. And I've already got the Sleeper and Last Resort in hand. So finally, my opponent, like this far into my combo, can use the Effect Failure on Curious, which isn't bad, but because I already have Jet Synchron, I can still get into at least one Synchro play. So I summon Jet Synchron, discarding Rescue, use Rescue, bring back Master Plan. I'm not actually going to go into Board Load here. I'm going to go into Barone by going into Hauka Fyrek with Jet Synchron and Curious. And the reason I do that is it's still an Omni Negate, and I get the discard off Hauka instead of just the Board Load Savage Dragon Negate. And I think this is better. So I go into Barone, and my opponent is going to concede here, and I don't blame them. So their next card is Maxi, which is useless. So like the best thing I could do drawing Maxi is wait for me to go into Locust, like pass priority, because if they know what I'm doing, and then chain Maxi. I could chain my Appaloosa, and they can negate it with Infinite Impermanence, and that would turn on potentially their Fractal in hand. But I would still have Barone, I would still have a Sleeper, so I would, even if I like, maybe I would Barone negate the Infinite Impermanence. My opponent's like, they're gonna Tinky, and then go and get like any random Tri-brigade type or any random Beast Warrior like a Zoo or something. But I still have a Sleeper, right? So as soon as they normal summon anything, I pop it with Sleeper, and they're basically dead at that point. They just have a Pot of Prosperity to try to out my board with Sleeper on it. That's really rough for them. So yeah, I don't blame them for conceding. We can kind of like watch that finish up there. Yep. And yeah, that was game 1. Let's get on to game 2. Alright, here we are back with Game 2. As you can see, I'm playing a Tri-brigade Zodiac on the opposite side here. My opponent decided to change decks to Adamancipator. I think they had the same idea as me. Play a good going second deck like Tri-brigade Zoo and a good going first deck like Adamancipator, depending on how your matchups flesh out. As you can see, my deck is filled with hand traps and sweepers. I got a Lightning Storm, Ash, Maxi, Impermanent Permanence, and Fractal, who can OTK going just on his own. So that's a really good going second hand, and my opponent, unfortunately, does not have the answer to Maxi. And we can kind of see how this goes, right? Here we are, Maxi on my opponent's summon, and then they're just going to have to pass to me. Maxi keeping the degenerate combo decks in check, just like my Spyral deck. Just go ahead and use the Fractal Chain, get a Kit. It doesn't really matter what you get. Kit can summon Farigite, and Farigite can special summon my Nerval. I do have the Ash for Maxi, which is really unfortunate for my opponent, but you know, that's why you play it, right? It's the best hand trap in the game because it beats Maxi and a bunch of other cards. And it's a tuner. Not very relevant in Tri-brigade Zoo, but it is relevant in other decks. So I go to Farigite, Farigite summons Nerval. I can go ahead into Rugal. I can use Nerval to summon Doomeagle. This is like a little bit of funny math. Normally you only Doomeagle when your opponent has like no monsters in graveyard, so you pop their last monster on field with Access Code Talker, then lethal them. But I have so much attack power here, I can actually just attack over their Analyzer after I put their Maxi back in their graveyard, so it's really easy for me to get the Doomeagle's attack up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My opponent had no other cards, no, they just had a bunch of extenders in hand, and that's game. Not very interesting or exciting, but that's Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes you play a hand trap, your opponent passes, then you kill them. That's why you play Maxi. Unfortunately, guys, I'm not going to have a round 3 game. As you can see here, I was running the replays, the in-room replays, which I thought were really cool because you get to see both hands. But I had enough time in between rounds because we were doing a Swiss to record them. I didn't have to go straight to another game. So when I went to round 3, I beat my opponent in 2 games, but they immediately disbanded the room without letting me record it. I should have asked them, hey, could you stay in the room afterwards so I could record these, but I didn't think to do it. So I did lose those games. They weren't very interesting. They're kind of like this. I got combo with Spyral, and I stopped and I hand trapped them into oblivion with Tri-brigade Zoo. So just think of this as, just think I made this video again. Same thing. I should have round 4 for you guys up tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and hope you guys are enjoying this little tournament report series I'm doing. If you do, leave a like, comment, subscribe, any of that kind of stuff. I don't usually beg for it, but hey, why not? See you guys next time. Bye.